Hey everybody, welcome to AnZestor Oracle. I'm Leisha and this is my channel. I'm posting this on my YouTube channel and my personal YouTube as well. I just kind of want to get some vapors out there. So today's also Thursday, March 26, 2020. Happy birthday to my auntie Taronda. Well, I don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, happy birthday. I wanted to just kind of put some vapors out there. So, and the reason I'm calling them vapors is because when I was kind of connecting with Spirit today about what song I should use, I was actually connecting with my sister about what song I should use. And as many of you know, my sister's passed away. My sister's 9-year death anniversary was on March 21st. And I miss her. I miss her a lot, but she's still around me. I still feel her energy. And so I've been connecting with her a lot. She's been around yesterday. She was around. She's been in my dreams, which is another thing I would probably be bringing up in this little broadcast, which is what I'm calling my video mixtape. This is my mixtape because we're going to be talking about a mixture of things, like whatever comes to mind. I get so sidetracked and there's so many things that I want to do and say. And because I can't perfect the one thing that I want to say, I don't say anything. And I feel like I'm being nudged to just have diarrhea of the mouth and just let it all out there. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to talk about, I'm only going to talk a little bit about the times we're in this coronavirus, which I can't explain it. And I'm going to let you know right now, in this video, you're probably about to get me in rare form. I don't let people in. Like, if you really know me, if you really know Leisha, you know that it takes a really, 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 really long time for me to, let you in. And what I mean by let you in is let you in my heart space. You can be in the other spaces, but to really let you in my heart, not a lot of people get that part of me. A lot of people don't get the emotional side of me. You got to really know me, and I have to really trust you in order for me to show that side to you. And if I have showed that side to you, it's because I trust you. It's because I trust you. And if I've shown that side to you because I've trusted you and you've misused that trust, then you get a completely different energy from me. You get a really cold, no connection type of Leisha. And that's what I know a lot of people that don't. It just come to my realization. A lot of people really don't know me. Nobody knows me as well as I know myself. Nobody knows me as well as my mother knew me. I mean, that woman knew me. My father knows me, of course. But my mom, it's if you're a mother, you know your children. You know your kids' heart. You know your kids. My mom knew me, and she used to always tease me. She'd be like, you have no feelings. You just don't show any feelings. You never cry. You never do this. You never. And I'm like, nope, that's a weakness. Emotions are a weakness. I can't show my emotions to you. I won't show my emotions to anybody because it's a weakness. And the reason I've come upon the reason I believe it's a weakness, I thought it was a weakness, is because anytime I've ever shown any emotional vulnerability, as a child, before I say what I'm going to say, as a child, I always felt like an adult. I felt like a little kid, but not really. And I remember it. I remember my spirit, the spirit of the child that I was like a little adult. I can't explain how my emotions were so in check. And I learned to compartmentalize every emotion, and the stuff that I was really feeling, the stuff that I loved and I felt deeply to my soul, I always kept to myself, because anytime I felt I expressed myself, I was laughed at or teased and when you're a kid, that happens, especially if you have siblings and you're the youngest. You're going to get laughed at. You're going to get teased. You're going to get picked on a little bit. And I had an older sister, she's here in my energy right now, that picked on me quite a bit. Honestly, my sister was really, really mean to me when I was a kid. But luckily, I have my brother, the buffer in the middle. He could be mean to me too, but he wasn't like my sister was to me. My sister was always really mean to me, and I never understood why as a kid. As an adult, I get it, and I understand that people go through what they go through, and their soul lessons are their soul lessons, and I have forgiven her for that. But with all that being said, I've just never been okay with showing my emotions to anybody. And as I got older, even in relationships, like I believe if I like pour my heart out to you and you basically tell me I'm wrong for feeling the way I do, or that I shouldn't feel like that, or that I can't feel like that, or how dare you feel like that, is a lot of the energy I used to get like as a teen, and especially as my first marriage, I used to get that a lot. It was like, you're not allowed to feel like that. And it's like, yeah, I am allowed to feel like that. That's how I fucking feel. So I never felt like my feelings were taken in consideration with anybody. I always felt like that. Sorry, I'm getting sage everywhere. So with all of that being said, this mixtape is going to be a little bit about that. I don't know where I got off on that. So I'm going to just be an open book and let people, I'm going to do, every Thursday, I'm going to do a mixtape. So this week's mixtape is me, and the name of it's going to be The Vapors. So y'all about to catch the vapors. That's a Biz Markie song from 1988 that came out. I'm going to burn this sage. And ask God, angels, source, Most High, Allah, Buddha, Muhammad, Jesus, whoever your higher power source of love is. Let's connect to them right now. I'm connecting to mine. I just ask that any information that I need for myself and that I need for anybody that's watching this video flows right through me. And I believe it will. I need to put this up here. Okay, I'm going to let that sage just burn right there. Let it burn, let it burn. Oh, sorry, the Usher song. Yeah, so this video, I'm probably going to start these out with a Bible verse. It's so crazy. Yeah, Alicia's doing Bible verses and she just dropped the F-bomb in the beginning of the video. Whatever. I do read the Bible. I have never liked for somebody, and another thing that I was into, I don't like for people to tell me how to feel or tell me how to interpret something. If I read something, I'm going to get my own impression from it. I'm going to get my own energy input from it. Do not tell me how I'm supposed to feel about something, especially any kind of like religious context. I've always been like that. Since a kid, I was like that. It's like, I'm supposed to believe that because you said it? That's because it makes you feel like that, but it don't make me feel like that. All kinds of horrible, horrible, heinous acts have been carried out in the name of the Bible because people took it as they wanted to take it. And the Bible isn't even a complete reference of all the spiritual texts anyway. So I take what I need and I leave the rest. And I get guided to the Bible a lot by Christ source, Christ consciousness, the Messiah. If you don't believe that there is a Christ consciousness or a Christ source, you might want to check off this video now. So bye. I do believe that. What I don't believe is that a Christ source came here and died for my sins. I don't believe that. I think that's bullshit. I think a lot of the religious dogma is straight up bullshit, and it holds a lot of people spiritually down. That's why they want you to to think that, oh, you only get one chance to do it right, and you're gonna fuck up because this is a human experience, and that's just what we do. By their terms, you're gonna fuck up. So them knowing that allows them to control you by saying, oh, but if you come and repent, or if you give us money, or you do this, you do that, then we'll make sure you get into heaven. The priests will make sure you'll get into heaven. The pastors, we make sure you get into heaven. Who gave them the pass is what I'm wondering. You know, I've always thought that. So I don't follow anybody. I don't want nobody to follow me. If you like what I say, cool, but do your own research. Everything that I don't, I'm not a follower, like, at all. I don't follow the crowd. I don't do something because you're doing it. Matter of fact, if you're doing it, I'm probably going to do the opposite, because that's just how I roll, like that. So with today's verse, I was getting from Spirit. Like, I grabbed my Bible, I grabbed 2 decks of cards, and I got like a bunch of my crystals and stuff down here, because that's what I light my sage, I light my incense, or my Palo Santo wood. I will put some frankincense in my diffuser when I'm trying to connect with Spirit. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, even though this video is about myself, I'm clairaudient, so I get messages from Spirit. And if I'm talking and I'm getting information, because it's coming from all sources, it's coming from everywhere. It's like, hey, look over here, do this, blah, 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 blah. And I can hear everything as I'm still connecting and talking. So if I get real quiet, it's because I'm trying to listen to whatever message is coming through. So that's why I just got real quiet there. I'm not supposed to explain, I'm supposed to read this Bible verse out loud, and it's Psalms 12. It's a psalm. And because I love music so much, as you can see my mixtapes behind me, because I love music so much, Spirit has guided me to this verse. And the Psalms are, to me, Psalms are choruses, like all different kinds of choruses and songs. That's how Psalms are songs. The Psalms are songs. That's what it sounds like. Psalm sounds like song to me, like song, and it sounds like, anyway. So Psalm 12 is what I was getting, and I also have a deck of cards that this will be my 3rd time using this card. I used it for one reading, I used it for a client, and then I used it for myself, and now I'm using it for myself again, but for everybody to see me use for myself. And it's this Love and Light deck that I was really like not feeling, because I was so against religion and people's take on different Bible verses and all the bullshit I've been fed over the years. I just didn't want to hear it, but I was guided to get this deck of cards, and I got this deck of cards, and I was like, okay, you got it for a reason, so here it is. Let me read this verse, and it says, "Help, Lord, for the godly are no more, and the faithful have vanished from among them." So that's the verse, Psalm 12, verse 1. I'm going to read it again. "Help, Lord, for the godly are no more. The faithful have vanished among them." And I know that's what it looks like right now. I know that's what it looks like I know that's what it's been feeling like for a really, really long time. That everybody is in such chaos within that, like, nobody's light is shining. Nobody's light is shining. And it's like, where are all the light workers? Where are they at? Where are they at? And it's like some of them were being corrupted and, it's like corrupted and tainted by demonic, evil entities that attach themselves to people that are like us, that are open for all the energies to come in. Haha. Key word though, you should be open for all the energies to come in. So when you're saying, oh, I connect to the universe, God, light source, the universe is full of everything. Crazy, smart, intelligent, sweet, godly, ungodly, satanic, evil, good. So when you call out to the universe, you're bringing it all in. when I do my readings, I'm not calling out for the universe. I'm calling in for my network of God source that I have, my Christ consciousness that I have, to come in and protect me from all of that that is the universe that comes in clouds. And that's what has been happening to a lot of tarot readers and angel card readers. Message for the tarot readers. I believe all of us are intuitive, and some are more intuitive than others. And a lot of you that read tarot, that taught yourself how to read tarot, have opened yourself up to a lot of gates that are negative. Period. Just flat out negative. Not given the right of... and it's like you'll feel the energy when it comes in. You know it, but if you... Okay, let me rewind this. If you are one of those people who... Sorry, my shoulder itches. If you're one of those people who love watching all kinds of tarot readings, love the ones that are like juicy with gossip, that are constantly hating on your ex, or constantly hating on somebody that's wronged you, or constantly just putting all that negative connotations out there for you to, well, if so-and-so did this to you, this is how you should treat them, and how this is how you should act towards them. Basically, tit for tat. No, that message isn't coming from a true Christ connected light source. Everybody we meet, every relationship we get into it's a lesson. They're all lessons. So whatever, and it's how you perceive them is how you're going to take them. Well, I don't know why I went there, but that's where I went with that. I know why I went there, because the next verse says, everyone lies to his neighbor. Their flattering lips speak with deception. It's like everybody wears a mask. Everybody wears a mask. It's like when I was working, because a lot of us aren't working anymore, but I actually my position was eliminated a week before all this other stuff happened anyway. So I've already not been working. But with that being said, it's like a lot of the people that I worked around, and since I'm a medium and I also read people very, very well, it's like your heart, a lot of people's heart is not matching what you're speaking. The words you're speaking does not match your heart frequency. Not everyone, a lot of the world was connected to a job or something that they put all of their energy into every day that's not connected to the heart or from the heart. So you're just putting in time and time. You're just wasting time, putting in time. Wasting time, putting in time. And as we were all doing this, it's like we all get our time mask put on. It's like, oh, okay. Whew. I'm at work. Let me put a mask on. Oh, hi, how are you? Good morning. Oh, I'm doing fine. Blah, 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 blah. And you could care less to talk to that person. Or that person could care less to talk to you. That's what I mean by you putting a mask on. It's like you genuinely... And I always made a point, I'm not going to ask you how you're doing unless I genuinely want to know. If I don't want to know how you're doing, I'm not going to ask you. Period. Not just like saying it just cause. And if I feel something's off with your energy, I'm definitely going to say something. Like, are you okay? Something like that. People that are real loud and is always talking so great about themselves. Oh, I did this, and oh, look what I did. I can do this in this amount of time, and I can do this in this amount of time, and blah, 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 blah. The loudest ones are the weakest ones. I've noticed that the loudest ones are the weakest ones. And the loudest ones verbally are the weakest ones, is what I mean to say. You can be loud in so many other ways, and you don't have to be audibly loud, if that makes sense. So many people just talking loud, saying nothing. James Brown song, talking loud, saying nothing. Oh, I can do this, and I'm going to do this, and they can't do this, and so-and-so did this, and blah, blah, blah. I see through all that bullshit. And now it's like you're really taking a step back. Everyone's really taking a step back and trying to figure out, is the words I'm speaking, like, what's the intent behind them? What's the intent behind what I'm doing? I'm looking down because I'm getting guided to this particular verse. Psalm 12, verse 5 and 6. Because of the oppression of the weak and the groaning of the needy, I will now rise, says the Lord. I will protect them from those who malign them. And the words of the Lord are flawless, like silver refined in a furnace of clay, purified 7 times. I will protect them from those who malign them. So during this whole coronavirus scare, I know it to my core, and I feel this is the freest my spirit has ever felt. Do I know what's going to happen after all this? No. Do I care? No. Do I hope everybody's healthy and happy? Yeah, I do care about that. That's what I care about most. And I care about people opening their eyes and really seeing what's up with things that are going on. Don't just keep watching the media and taking their word for it. Do some research on your own, or really pay attention to what you're watching. There's so many contradictories in all the news stories. The numbers aren't add up. Really pay attention. Think for yourself. And this is a spiritual war. This is not a physical war. This is a spiritual war going on here. And the spiritual war has already been won on the astral plane. God has already taken care of this. This is already done. Everything that's happening has already happened. Everything is playing out now. And so the infighting that's going on, it's like Avengers Endgame, the infighting between the shadow government and the government and because there is one. You can say I'm crazy all you want to, care less. It is what it is. There is a shadow government. We have been being ran by satanic pedophiles. Our country has been for a while now, and those who try to speak up on it get assassinated, and they're not here anymore. And we now have a president, and I'm not for any of the presidents, to tell you the truth, but they all have an agenda to do. And I was listening to, they all have a spiritual agenda that they're part of. Not just a physical one, but a spiritual one. Their soul came in and chose to do this. They want to speak. Their souls came in this life and chose to be here at this time to serve in those offices at that time. I was listening to the Honorable Louis Farrakhan from the Nation of Islam. And he said something that I had already been thinking and had been on my mind, and I had already felt it. It's like, do we not, what God do you really have faith in? Really? Do you not think that God put Trump in the position that he's in? Do you not think God put Obama in the position that he's in? Do you not think that all of this may be happening for a higher purpose than Democrats versus Republicans? Building a wall, not building a wall. I've always seen, I'm not a Trump fan. Trump says some really crazy shit. He just does. To me, it's fascinating. It's amusing. He's not the most emotionally articulate person, especially coming off of somebody that could speak so eloquently and beautifully like Obama. That's what we've been used to for the last 8 whatever years. And then we get Trump, who can't even read a fucking sentence off a teleprompter. But I've always seen the bigger picture about why he's in the office and what he's doing. And those closest to me know how I feel about what's going on and what he's doing. And I don't have to like him. Do I appreciate it? I do. I do. I appreciate the lesson. I appreciate him stepping up and doing being in the role that he's in, because that shit wasn't an easy one and he didn't want to do it. Everyone's like, oh, he just wants power. Everybody in government wants power. That's what they're fighting over. But a lot of the power that's been in the elite has been very negative isn't even the right word. Straight up evil. E-V-I-L. Evil. Straight up evil. has been taking place. I mean, when everything comes out, like I've been saying, and a lot of it's coming out. And it's funny that only like suspected, alleged, not only, a lot of suspected, alleged pedophiles are getting this coronavirus, which is very interesting. And by Prince Charles, I'm talking about him too. Sorry, not a fan of the royal family. Not a fan. Not a fan. That energy is about to be wiped off the planet, and that's what we're doing right now. So that's all I can say on this mixtape for that. I know I'm protected. I know we're protected. The God that I love and the God that is in my heart and the creator source, the spark that I'm from, got me. I ain't worried about it. I am not worried about it at all. Of course, I'm still taking kind of taking precautions, and I'm not going to lie. I mean, I say kind of, because everything they're asking us to do, I was already doing. I don't want you all up on me. Maybe I was doing 4 feet of social distancing and not 6 feet. I was already washing my hands. And hand sanitizer, I've always been told about hand sanitizer. It's good in moderation. Hand sanitizer kills, and that's why they didn't use a lot of it in daycares, because hand sanitizer kills a lot of the good bacteria that your hands produce to kill off other bacteria. So, yeah, the hand sanitizer is good, but really, wash your damn hands. I just don't understand. People are like, oh my gosh, they're so worried about this because they don't wash their hands and they're nasty. Flat out, period. They're gross. So, I'm pulling a card from this deck. This has been a good, like, little mixtape for me. I'm going to post it. I don't care who watches and who does it. Oh, two cards. This one. It says, it's time to be adventurous and play. The flowers are springing up. The season of singing birds has come, and the cooing of turtle doves fills the air. This is in the song. It says it's the verse. The book, Song of Solomon 2:12. I don't know if there's a book called, is there a book called The Song of Solomon? Book of Solomon. Solomon. It's probably in the Song of Songs book, I want to check really quick because I never heard of that. I have my Bible in front of me. 371. Oh, yep. 2:12. Song of Songs. Flowers appear on earth. The season of singing has come. The cooing of doves is heard in our land. Huh. Who would have known? I didn't know that was a book. See what I mean? How they just slide stuff in there. You know how many times the Bible has been rewrote? It's like I read what I resonate with, and if I don't resonate with it, I ain't gonna fuck with it. Sorry I keep saying that word, but I cuss. God knows my heart. So, I'm sorry. I apologize, and I'll try to stop swearing. Move boldly into a golden future. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Those are mine. And it's like, and whoever else is watching this, that might be something that you needed to hear too. It's just telling me to trust what I hear and roll with it. One last card for the evening, for me, for us, for all that is listening to this mixtape. And I appreciate you listening. And you just got to get out what you got to get out. I have like a little board down here. You can hear I'm like shuffling my cards. One card, Spirit. Okay, Spirit gave me 2. I want 1, please. 1. Then I got 3. So 1's here. And I think these are the other 2 that fell out earlier. So the card for myself. Ha! Angel of Expression. Speak your truth and express yourself clearly. Let the world see you. And I got this card earlier today when I did a reading for myself. So that's very appropriate. Goddess of Compassion. Self-criticism is diminishing your sense of self-worth. It's like I always have to think everything has to be perfect before I can present it. And perfection nothing's ever going to be perfect, but it's got to be complete. That's what Spirit's telling me. Lose the perfectionism and focus on completing the stuff that you start. Ooh. Angel of Space Clearing. It's time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. One more card, Spirit. One more card. I just dropped out. Goddess of Strength. Stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. All right. Well, if you enjoyed listening, learning anything about me, please donate to my channel. You can Cash App me at, I think it's AnZestor Oracle at Cash App. I'm on there. Leisha Harvey is the name. Venmo me. I don't know if my PayPal may or may not. I need to get back on my website too and change some things. My website is ancestororacle.net. Visit there, book a reading, book your own mixtape. Let's see what songs you got in there. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.